let there be light, and there was light. Words of the said God, Mother Eve. So I thought I'd just be concentrating, we're still concentrating on just single words or little phrases, just to help us understand the functions of the gods, the 14 gods of Genesis. Okay, so 14 gods of Genesis. If you haven't watched us before, or this is your first, this is the introduction here of Mother Eve. Of course, I've written on her cheeks, I've written me and I here. Which is a bit cheeky, but Mother Eve is tolerant of that anyway. And here we are working with the sacrifice template, which is a derivative of the story of Christ. Of course, it's meant to really help us, and it has helped us. It was not with the intention, it really was with the intention of just looking at the sacrifice. And we have been using this for over a year now, because what has happened through numerology, we are able to make better sense of where we're at and what the sacrifice means to us. Basically, they are cycles of life that we are meant to go through to become illuminated. They are cycles of life that help us to in our developmental stage. So this is where it is said, when you're in Christ, you are a new creature. Of course, we have revelation and waters to help us along. We also have discovered the 369, 369, 369 formula or numbers that was famously spoken of by Nikola Tesla. So we can see that there is a wisdom that has been far removed from our teachings, and of course it is right there in the scriptures. It's right there in the verses, and I did see the first 369, which is in the letters or the spells of Mother Eve. The first 3 spells of Mother Eve, when Mother Eve says, "Let there be light," and there was light. This is verse 3 of the Genesis chapter 1. And let there be a firmament. I believe it's the second one. Let's see. The firmament, that was of verse 6. And let there be the waters from the heaven. That is verse 9. So there we have the first 369 series. Now I know that there is so much more meaning than I have discovered to these words, because we see that the scriptures are layers and layers of growth and information, and basically it could take us into infinity, because that's what Mother Eve is about. Everything that was created, Mother Eve was in everything. She is the mother of all living. She said she was the mother of all living. The word "was" equals 7. Of course, it is synonymous with the word "saw," like there was a division. That tells us as well that there was not just one Eve, that there were 2 sets of Eves, if you like. And of course, I'm just going to take the opportunity to say this as well, that there were the first Eves, they were female, because we are the result of female species, 6 female. But however, they were the gods, or whoever they were first, were female. That is why we also have the sons of gods, or so the daughters of men, and of course they had them wives and so on, because they were not male around for the daughters of men, or the daughters of men perhaps did not see a need to have male around for whatever reason, but that's how it has been. And so there is something that one may question, but that's how it has been. And that reminds me of Dr. Delbert Blair's interview that I also watched, where he too has the theory, and we could say it's a theory because we have no proof for those things. We are going by the writings. I am going by the writings of the Holy Bible and my intuition, because I believe the memory of everything lies in me, and it's in the atmosphere right there for us to grab. And so basically, and according to Dr. Blair, that yes, there were it was all female at one time. It was not to say that there were men or cycles of men before, but the cycle that we are coming from, we are deriving from, was the cycle of female. So, and of course, this is why we have the waters, and the waters is the second thing spoken of. So the incubation that I have been talking about, as in the number 13 or number 2 or number 4, which we have seen, basically we have seen that the incubation, which is the incubator, and this is all a revelation, or just going by my intuition, that I was just doing a presentation, and to see that I'm using the word that the 13 is the incubator, and I thought, let me do the numerical value. In fact, the way I counted it to be, it did add to number 13 directly. But of course, however I'm doing it now, which is 5, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 6, 9. So I'm not going to go over counting it again, but it comes to 40. Okay, so or it's 4. So we have seen that it either takes us to this point here, as in the beehive here, I call it the beehive, or it takes us into here, or it's also 8. When we do the numerical value for the word 8, we see that is 4. We see we have 4 here as well, and it goes on. So what I want to do this time now, really, of course, we are talking about the incubator. I'm trying to really get my mind around, of course, all the numbers that we are doing, but I'm, of course, doing the bite sizes. So I've just done the me, which is the 8-petal flower. Now, the word I, when again, because it's talking about God and seeing God, because the word 8 or number 8 showed up in so many things that we did. And of course, why we are paying attention to it? Because it equals, this equals 8. God equals 8. Of course, 8 we have seen is also not. Now, I said this quite a lot in my presentations, but I had not worked it out until tonight, that I often make reference to that. If you see the 8, because I just looked at things and observed things, like a rubber band was just twisted. So it is called the symbol of infinity. So it's a circle. It's just the angle that we look at it from. So, of course, I know this is also considered not. So, of course, I did the numerical value for the word not, which is 5, 6, 2, adding this together, and this gave us 13. So we can see that the stories that derive from this 13, one could take the perspective or that, you know, I'm doing not in this, I'm doing not right there, until you come, there's another 13 or another not comes into agreement, or another again broken, another cycle, which is 1. Of course, 1, when we do the numerical value for 1, it equals 7. Now, Christ could see this as a loaf of bread, break it, and you have 2. If you were to break this, then you have 2 pieces. Of course, these 2 pieces, let's just experiment. Let's just have a game. This is what happens. So you have a loaf of bread and you break it. Every time you break this bread, do it in remembrance of me, Christ said. And they all agreed. So they were breaking the bread, break the bread, and of course they came to an agreement, which they became equal. EQUAL. Of course, we have done this in case you have watched this again, but I'm just going over this. So they came equal, and equal equals 2. 2, of course, let's just do this properly so you can see. That's EQ. This is 8, 5. All right, so this is 7, 15, 20. So 20. Of course, 20 is 2. 1 plus 1 would be 2. That's 20. That 20 is 2. So 1 also equals 7. 7 also equals 2 when we do the numerical value for that. So basically, I'm just saying there's one indicating another cycle of creation or development is happening. This is, or you could also see 7 as 2 ones in this angle. There's also that, which is what I call L as well. I do that with L. So this is also, although it has the numerical value of 3, but that's what it is with the word 3 also equals 2. So we see the dynamics here, right? We see it right here. It has the value of 3, but when we do the word form 3, we have 2, which is 11. Oh, okay. So this equal sign, of course, they come into agreement. This is the bond, and they form a bond. So this is like an 8 in a sense, but it's taken another shape. It's the form of bond. This is where the incubation comes into place, and it forms another set, because the word set equals 8, another pattern. So this is how we could say, it would be interesting to see how we get to all these patterns, but that's the pattern again, a template for a new era, the bond. That's what happens here. The breast, that's what happens here. We could see the breast, the buttocks, the cheeks, everything is there. And that's what nourishes now. It gives life now to a new era, a new thing. Okay. Now, so let's go on the I, like we were saying, the I. So, when Christ said, every time you do this, do it in remembrance of me, we have come to see that we have the 8-petal flower. Okay. And then, so we say I. This is why on Mount Sinai, God said to Moses, I am that I am. Now I have done videos on that, so you can type in on your videos entry by Crimey Queen, I am that I am, or by Crimey Queen, and you will see that I am very interesting, I think. I am that. So I've done the numerical value. I'm not going to do all the work in here again. But 9, I has a numerical value of 9. This is 5 and this is 13. This is the that we have been talking about. This, that, here, everything. I am God. So when we look at God as 17 here, because we have to bear in mind these scriptures have been written and rewritten, but it's the same information, but it has been written to take different paths and different shapes. So those who are not really taking the time to look won't see, but it is really the same thing. Now I'm getting an inclination to do the numerical value for 17, sorry. But just to show you, we have done the numerical value for the word 8. It gives us 31. So let's add this up so you can see this first of all. So this is 9. So this is 14, 12, 13, 14, plus 4 would be 18. So 1 plus 8 is 9. So I am that, meaning God takes us through the whole 9 on this template. I am that. I am that is from 1 to 9. And then the I am, again, is also, because I am that, I am, takes us back into this other cycle. So there we have one cycle, I am that. And then we have another cycle here, I am that, and it's I am. So I am here now is beginning. The word beginning equals 9, and the word end equals 5. I am that I am, beginning and end. Hope you can see that. Now, I want to really work on the I to see how I am God, I am. So why is it difficult for us to really see I am God, I am? To say I am God, I am. Whereas God actually equals, when we do the numerical value for EIGHT, so 5, 9, 7, 8, 2, 10, 17, this would be 26, 31. 3 plus 1, of course, is the mirror image to 13 right here. So this is telling us about the cycle. 8 is 31, and we had that as 13. There's a cycle happening here. Okay, so now, of course, 17, 1 plus 7 is 8, and that is God. And we have seen how Mother Eve, of course, too. Let's do this. Is it Mother Eve? We had for 17 how we have seen that Mother Eve is 14. Okay, this is 5, 4, 5. This is 14. And of course is end here. Mother Eve is end here. 1 plus 4 is 5. I hope you can see this. Okay, 5. There is another way that we see how Mother Eve, of course, where she ate of the fruit, which is also 8. So basically, Mother Eve, God the fruit. Mother Eve, of course, and the fruit is whole. So basically, it's taking all of God right there. That is what it is. Now, what sin has that been? That's another story. Okay. 17 minutes on the clock. I want to also show, of course, it's the I that I was talking about. I equals 9, but we also use the term I, which is where the scriptures have told us, and in Christ's teaching, if thy eye be single, then thy whole body be light. So we are talking about EYE. So then we have 5, 7, 5. Adding this together is 17. So the I is God. The third I is God. I am God. I here am God. And the third I is God. So this is how we can see THIRD. Let's do this. Third I. So this is I. That's 10, 22. There we go again. Third is 22. The word third. Just do that so you can see. THIRD, which is 28994. Add this together, 10, 20. Well, I'm doing this like 22, 30. Oh, is it 32? Actually, it's 32. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 and 10 is 32. So it's 32. Okay, 32 is 5. So this is where, so here now, of course, as I said, 9 is beginning, 5 is end, and we could see 14 is for Mother Eve, is for Mother Eve is 5. So we can see here the third I. So basically, we have come to seeing 5 and 9 again, or 5 and 8, because now we have it as 8. Our Mother Eve ate of the fruit here. So 32. The third I is God. So the third meaning, and of course, the word as in symbol as third, we would have this as 3. of course 3 is 11, and it goes on. And 11 also, if we did the numerical value for the word 11, that is 9. So I think I should do this for you. So third, of course, we see it as 5. If we do the numerical value for the word 9, N-I-N-E, as we have here, this would be 5, 5, 9, 5. So this is 24. 11 is, I was talking about 11, so this would be 6, sorry. For third is 3. So the third I, the 3. So we would have, because in sequence we would see 3 as the third. 5, 5, 9, 8, 2, 10, 29. That's correct. 2 plus 9 is 11. E-L-E-V-E-N. Of course, Mother Eve is right there, and she's also even, and she's 11. Okay, and so let's do this. 5, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5. Let's add this together. 10, 20, 27. 2 plus 7 equals 9. So we have 9 here. So basically the third I, but we have seen it as Mother Eve. This is what we are seeing here. Is Mother Eve is actually shown as the I in this sense. Of course, this is what we have spoken about on several occasions. Seeing the 5 is central here, right here, and this is where Mother Eve speaks. Of course, the mouth is 5, it equals 5, and we have 8. So this is the third I in the mouth. Of course, it's the third. Basically, there is a an as above, so below is speaking to us here. This is symbolic here of what is happening there, because 5 is really the Kundalini. 5 equals Kundalini. 5, the word pineal gland together equals 5, as we have just added. Christ equals 5. Key equals 5, and Eve, of course, equals 5. So we see how we have come to having 5 showing as Mother Eve right here and here as well. Hence it is said, when you are in Christ, you are a new creature. So key, the word key also is 5. So basically, the third I is God. And you could say, I am God. I hope you have enjoyed this. Thank you for watching.